Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another FFL health training. Today, we're going to be trying take two of some of these AHIP things. AHIP had some technical difficulties last week when we were trying to do this and log on and get everybody started with that, and it created some issues. So let's go ahead and see if we can get in here. Let's see if we can start sharing our screen. Hope everybody can see that okay. Going into AHIP. Depending on how you want to get into AHIP, you'll have to log in from multiple different locations. If you already have a contract, go through your FMO, go through the carrier that you have contracted with. They can typically give you a AHIP discount. However, if you are working as I've just now started my first ever AHIP training, you'll have to log in. You can go to ahipmedicaretraining.com and you will log in up on the right-hand side. You will pay for your credits on the right-hand side, and then they will let you into the course. If you can see here, I've got the course open. You can see your transcripts, see how you're going along, or you can go into Medicare Course Home once you are logged in. I can log in either up here on the right-hand side or come down here at the bottom and log in. If you have never logged in before, you can create a new account right here on the right-hand side. You will log in typically with your NPN number and a password for your AHIP courses, and that, for me, will log me into my Medicare Course Home. As you can see, I've done a few of these modules. I'll log you into one of these modules now. Go into module 4 here. As you see when it logs, restart. If you click start course and then previous, you can begin modules 1 through 4. You can also download the slides. At the top left of every slide module is downloading of the slides. Once you do that, you will have a PDF word for word of every slide. If you're using a Windows computer, it's Control F to find any information that you may be looking for. Let's just type in the word Medicare and enter. In module 4, the word Medicare comes up 81 times. If I click through, it gives me the word each time that it pops up on every page. So if I use these downloaded slides to study or while I'm taking the exam, it will help me get through those. So you can download those PDFs of all of those slides and search those while you're taking the exam. Let's go ahead and click resume real quick. Once you have clicked through all of the slides themselves, you can start a final review. The final review is a practice exam. It's a quiz. You can take it as many times as you want. It can take as long as you need to get through each quiz. Use the downloaded slides to go through your attempted quizzes. Now, each module, there are 5 of them, has a practice exam of 20 questions. See, I'm here. When you are done taking the practice exam, if you get the answers right or wrong, it will tell you what your score is and which ones you got wrong and why. Okay. Let me just click through here real quick. We're going to go A, B, C, D, A, B, C. Oh, A again. I don't care. On the practice exam, I get to take it as many times as I want. I'm just going to show you all if I were to put in wrong answers or right answers or whatever for all 20 questions and then hit submit. I got 4 points. I got 4 out of 20 questions right. But here it says, oh, you got this one incorrect. Source, module, slide, blah, blah, blah. There is the answer to your question. So if you turn around and print off these practice exams and why you missed the question, it will tell you where to find the answers. So please be sure that you are doing that. That's pretty much how to take the course. When you go back to Medicare Course Home, at the end of each module, it'll say how far you've completed. You can see here I've completed the first 3 modules. Now I'm taking the 4th module. I failed it miserably, but I can move on to the 5th, right? Once I have completed this 5th module, I can go into the final exam. It is restricted. I cannot click on it. I cannot get into it until this is checkmarked. So I have to go through module 5 slides and then take the practice exam, or at least take the practice exam to get to the final. Okay. Once you are completed with that, you are not finished. You still have to take fraud, waste, and abuse training, and then you get your certificate that you have completed AHIP. If you've never contracted before, once you have that certificate, we can contract you at that point in time. Okay. Know that that's a very short and concise and super tight training. But I wanted to see if you all had any questions specifically about training itself. The deadline to finish the course, if you want to sell by October the 1st, you need to have this completed by September 30th. However, if you've never contracted before, then we have to go through contracting and all of these other things. Before you can sell a 2025 plan, you have to complete 2025 AHIP. So, I mean, if you come in and say, hey, in November, I want to start selling, you can complete training for AHIP in November. You just cannot sell or contract until you've completed that training. I hope that answers that question. Any other questions that I can answer out there in Facebook land or YouTube land? One of the things that has come up from my agents regularly, I wanted to kind of go over with you. Go over Module 1 is your basics of Medicare. What is A, what is B, so on and so forth. Module 2 are the types of plans that you can have, med sups, HMOs, PPOs, so on and so forth. Module 3 is about drug coverage. There's been a lot of changes to drug coverage this year. Make sure you go over Module 3 quite well. Module 3, going over that drug coverage, the major change there is in 2024, there are 4 drug phases. The deductible phase, an initial coverage phase, a donut hole or gap phase, and then there's catastrophic coverage. In 2025, there's only 3. There is no need to go into the donut hole. You will be in a deductible phase up to $590. You will have an initial coverage phase, and that will cover you up until the member has paid $2,000 out of pocket. Once they've paid $2,000 out of pocket, they will be in catastrophic coverage. There's a question about, do I need to be contracted before taking the course? Most carriers will not contract you. They will contract you for Medicare supplements, but not for Medicare Advantage or PDP without completing that course. So until you've completed that course, we cannot contract you. So I have to do the AHIP course first. Any questions about compliance, marketing, PDP, anything in the slides, anything about Medicare in general before you take your AHIP courses? I'm happy to answer those questions. Again, if you need assistance with AHIP, if you have taken it once and you did not pass, you get 3 total attempts. So do not take it twice and call us on the 3rd time for assistance. Call us on the 2nd attempt. Make an appointment with us so that we can have the time scheduled to help you through that and iron out any questions that you may have prior to taking the attempt on your 3rd attempt. Because if you fail it 3 times, you do not sell for the rest of the year. Any last questions about AHIP? Not, I will let you all have the rest of your day back. I look forward to speaking with you. Please reach out to myself, Eric, Skylar, your upline. If you need assistance with AHIP, we can take it. How many hours is the course? In the state of Virginia, if you take the CE credits for AHIP, they will count that as 6 hours of credits. You can finish it in a matter of hours if you know what you're doing. If you're relatively new, I say take your time with it. Do one module a day. It is very boring. It is very tedious. But if you're comfortable with healthcare in general, hey, congratulations, we can roll right through this. But if you are new, I would definitely suggest take your time with this. Study one module a day. If you just need to go into the AHIP online course and download the PDFs, take the PDFs and walk away from them. Yeah, Eric's chiming in. It took him 3 days to take it the first time. I think it took me 2 the first time. Do not feel bad if you do not pass this the first time. It is a required certification by the federal government. It is not supposed to be easy. It is to certify you that you know what Medicare is. So make sure that you have taken the opportunity to learn what you need to know. And like I said, if you need assistance, let us know and we will get you through it. I don't know if anybody else has looked at it that's had an extended history with taking this course. I personally feel like the practice tests, at least, I haven't gotten to the final, as you all have seen, but the practice test at least seems to be, the questions seem to be more straightforward than they have in the past. If nobody else has any questions about AHIP, I know that we've got a lot going on right now. There's AHIP, there's contracting, there's certifying with the carriers, all of these things. Please let me know if you have any questions. Where am I in this process? How do we get started? Depending on if you've already had a contract or not had a contract, you can do these in different orders. The final test, this is a fantastic question. It's a great question to probably wrap up on. The final test is very similar to your practice test. Let me see if I can present one more time here real quick. I'll share my screen. As we've talked about, you've got these 20 questions on this test. The final exam, there's 5 modules. Each module has 20 questions. That's 100 questions total. The final exam is 50 questions. 45 to 48 of these questions you've already seen. They changed the names from the final exam to the practice exam. So Eric Hamadi needs a PDP. Does he need A and B? That question might have been answer B on the practice test. Now they've changed the name from Eric Hamadi, who needs a PDP, does he need A and B, to the name Paul Suddeth. And instead of B, the answer is C. But you've already seen the question once you take the practice exams. And once again, the practice exams tell you which ones you got wrong and why. So make sure that you take that opportunity to go through each one of those questions on those practice exams, because you will see them again on the final, most likely. They will change the names to protect the innocent, but you've already seen the practice exam once. You can log in through ffl.health to get your AHIP certification. I'll show you real quick here. If you go to ffl.health, your AHIP certification can be found right there in that button. I hope that makes your lives simpler. Are there any other questions that we can answer for you before we get you all started? I appreciate the feedback on Facebook and YouTube. If you all have questions in the future, please feel free to reach out and ask me. You can reach me at paul@rockcastleinsuranceGroup.com. Skylar Smith is out of town on family business this afternoon, and I believe Eric is floating around somewhere. So please feel free. If you all have any questions at all, reach out to us, and we will be happy to help you get through this. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you have a great day and look forward to working with you. All righty. Thank you, guys. Bye.